Hey Transformers fans, Adam here, back with another Transformers review. And as promised, we're wrapping up the whole Hot Rod Rodimus Prime saga up with Studio Series Hot Rod. My second Studio Series review, and this Studio Series continues to just blow me away. Let's get into it. So, got Hot Rod here in bot mode. He does come with a Matrix of Leadership. And the Matrix even has this attachable blue spark here, so he can light our darkest hour as he becomes the new leader of the Autobots. Unfortunately, no, the Matrix doesn't fit in his chest. They just didn't give him that option. But anyway, close up a Hot Rod here. And I mean, just look at the detail between the flames, the crevices in his arms, his legs. Even the spoiler back here. The detail is just amazing. Close up of his face. And you can even lift up his head here and flip down this visor. Let him scan that ship and see, wait a minute, those aren't friends, those are Decepticons. Blast them. Pew, pew, pew. Again, someone correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think he only actually used these exhaust lasers just that one scene in the animated movie and never again. But anyway, let's go ahead and open up that helmet, flip the visor back in. And let's break out some of his other accessories. So he does come with a couple of lasers here. And the lasers even have these attachable flames. Go ahead and clip that on like that. So when he runs out of juice in those arm cannons, just go ahead and put a laser in his hand. Yeah, take that, Decepticons. And besides the lasers, he also comes with this blade here. So the blade does spin, but not very freely. Wish they would have done a little bit better with that, but can't have everything, I guess. To attach it is open up his forearm piece here. Just flip down the exhaust like that. Swing his hand around. Close that up. And pop the blade on. Yeah, watch out, Decepticons. He's ready to slice and dice. Again, it moves, yeah, but not very freely. Go ahead and take that off. Let's flip his hand back out. Let's get into articulation. As you saw between the lasers and the blade, almost full range of motion in the hands, arms, and elbows. I would say full 360 movement with the shoulders, but the spoiler kind of blocks that. But full range of motion with the legs, the knees, pose them basically however you want. And for a comparison, let's break out G1 Hot Rod. And the comparison really isn't much of a comparison. This is such an upgrade from the original G1s. The G1s were great when we were kids, but for adults, this is where it's at right here. And yeah, I guess we should also break out Rodimus Prime here. I really wish they would have done better with this one again, but what are you gonna do? But anyway, let's go ahead and transform them. So first, take up the spoiler here, spin that around. Next up, detach this back piece here. Move it back, and then flip the back piece up like that. Take his head, spin it around, and tuck it in. Take this back piece, spin it around. Close it up, and we'll come back to that. Next up, his legs here. So you unclip his calves here. Bring out this piece that has the back exhaust and wheel. Clip that into place. Bring in his foot. And same thing with the other leg. Open up his calf. Bring out the back wheel and exhaust. Clip into place. Bring in his foot. Spin his waist around. And then we bring in the legs. So fold it in just like that. And the back wheel and exhaust just wrap around his thigh here. And same thing with the other leg. Fold it in. Wrap the wheel and exhaust around his thigh. Set those there. And then we bring down the spoiler and clip these into place. One. And one and two. There we go. Now to the arms. We flip up this piece here, spin the exhaust around. Same thing with the other one. Swing his arms back. Go ahead and attach the exhaust together here. It may come undone as we get a little further in transformation, but we can fix that after. It's clipped that in there like that. Drop these pieces down. And then we open up the hood here. Bring out these pieces to complete the bumper. Clip them into place. Attach the hood, and then we just tighten up and adjust whatever we need to. Fix the exhaust, drop that piece in. There we go. And same thing with the other one. Go ahead and fix the exhaust. Clip that piece in. Make sure everything stays together. And there we have him as a sports car. And again, just look at the detail between the flame job, the Autobot symbol, the engine, all the different crevices here. Whoop. Make sure everything stays together. There we go. Got even the windshield here. Can even see a little bit inside of it. And for a comparison, let's get G1 Hot Rod back out here. So, all right, G1 Hot Rod back here. And size-wise, G1 Hot Rod actually looks to be slightly longer than the Studio Series. But again, there's just no comparison with the detail. And yeah, a little more slightly underneath. This is a little creepy. Is it just me, or is this a little creepy? And yeah, let's go ahead and get Rodimus Prime back out of here. So, all right, got Rodimus Prime back out here. And yeah, there really is no comparison. This is just such a cooler design than this sports car towing a Winnebago. Best way I can describe it. Again, I don't get it. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments. Set him aside there. And let's go ahead and transform Hot Rod back. So, start with popping up the hood here. Folding these pieces back in. Close up the hood, unclip his arms, lift up these pieces again, flip the exhaust back around, close that up, swing his arms around, and then we move on to his legs. So disconnect those, just a little finagling. There we go, one, and the other. Lift up the spoiler piece, and go ahead and unfold his legs. So, unclip the thigh, swing that back out, unclip the back wheel and exhaust, fold that back in, bring out his foot, and close up his calf. And same thing with the other leg. Unclip that back wheel and exhaust, unfold his leg, go ahead and fold the back wheel and exhaust back in, bring out his foot, and close up his calf. And then twist his waist back around. And moving on to the top half. So open that up, bring his head back up, twist it around. Go ahead and twist this back piece around. Fold it back down. Close it up. And then bring the spoiler piece back up, twist it around, and clip it into place here. And there he is, back in robot mode. Once again, this Studio Series, it just continues to blow me away. I can't wait to get more. Don't worry, I got more on the way. In the meantime, that'll about wrap it up for this video. Join me again for my next one. Until then, take care, Transformers fans. Hey, Transformers fans, Adam here, back with another Transformers review. And today, I'll be reviewing a Studio Series 86 Ironhide. Let's get into it. We'll start with his accessories, and it's his two blasters here. Uses them to try and fend off the Decepticons until he unfortunately meets his demise in the 86 animated movie. Hence his background here, the bridge of that ill-fated ship. But let's get the blasters out of his hands and focus on his articulation because it is amazing. Pretty much what I've come to expect from this Studio Series. You have full 360 motion with the head here, a little exorcism action, full 360 action with the shoulders, lift them up and down, his elbows, lift them up and down, spin them in and out, twist around his wrist here. The only thing you can't really do is open and close his fist. That is set in place. But yeah, full range of motion in his legs. You just might have to lift up his little skirt here to get him to kick out. Full range of motion with the knees, bend them and twist them all you want. And he can even move around his ankles here. And just look at the detail between the legs, the arms, the shoulders, the chest, the face, that mohawk. This is what Ironhide looked like in the animated series. The only compromises that really made here were the sides of his legs and his back. Not a huge deal. For a comparison, let's get G1 Ironhide out here. And yeah, this comparison really isn't much of a comparison, is it? Sorry, OG, but not even nostalgia can save it this time. This is what we wish you always looked like. Definitely a huge upgrade for robot mode. But how does he measure up in vehicle mode? Let's transform him and find out. Start by opening up his chest here. Bring out this piece. Rotate out these little panels. Tuck in his head. Close that piece up and we'll come back to it. Next, bring down his bumper. And then unclick his chest from his waist. Raise that up. And make sure it's angled so that you can rotate it just like this. And then bring the bumper up and click it into place. Next up, his shoulders. Make sure they line up with this piece here like this. And then unclip that piece and bring his arm all the way back. And then line up his arms and clip them together. And then lower down his fists as far as it'll go. And same thing with his forearms. Lower them as far as they'll go, which isn't very far. Just like that. And now we can work on his legs. Start by lowering his feet here. And then raise up this shin panel. Rotate out this foot panel here. And then rotate out this window. Raise the whole foot piece up and bring it up over the shin panel. And same thing with the other leg. Foot panel out, window out, foot piece up all the way, and over the shin panel. And then we line up his legs and click them together. There we go. And connect the back here. There we go. And then drop everything into place and click it in the back. Just like that. And anything that comes undone during transformation, just fix it. Alright, almost. There we go. Okay, looking good. Now we can go ahead and connect the arms to the back end here. Just like that. And now we want to angle this so that the roof and the arms line up with each other. So just like that. Alright, looking good. So now we can raise up this panel and swing this piece out like so. Make sure that lines up. Alright, looking good. Now same thing with the other side. Raise this panel up. Swing it out. Line it up. And click these two sides together here. There we go. And then finally, we click together the windshield piece and bring it all together. And there he is as a Nissan Vanette. Anything that came undone, again, just go ahead and fix it. There we go. Alright, so, as a Nissan Vanette, I do see they made some compromises here. So you have these pieces here, and then on top, I do see he has two different shades of red in a few spots. So here and here, it's not quite a match. And for a comparison, let's get G1 Ironhide back out here. And let's compare Nissan Vanettes, G1 versus Studio Series. And for strictly vehicle mode, I do kind of have to give the edge to the OG here. He is pretty much exactly what he looked like in the animated series, except for these pieces you can see in the windows here. This is pretty good. It's just, again, they made some compromises with the pieces and the not matching red parts. But they both roll together quite nicely. Crash, crash. Damn it, chicken. Yeah, but anyway, let's go ahead and transform him back. So, start by unclipping the windshield piece here. There we go. And then bring these panels back out. And swing that back down. Same with the other side. And then unclip the arms, separate the legs, and let's put his legs back together. So start by bringing this foot piece back down, rotate the window back in, rotate his bottom foot panel in, bring it back into place, and lower the shin panel, and same with the other side. And foot piece down, window in, foot panel down, foot back into place, and shin panel down. And then disconnect his arms here. Bring his bumper down. Rotate his waist back around. Clip that back into place. Straighten him up. Bring the bumper back up. Bring his arms back all the way around. Go ahead and bring his fist back out. And rotate these panels back in. Bring his head back out. Bring this piece back in and close up his chest. And back to our bot mode. And the Studio Series, it just continues to blow me away. I have plenty more on the way, and I can't wait to review them all. But that'll about wrap it up for this video. Join me again for the next one. Until then, take care, Transformers fans. Hey, Transformers fans. Adam here, back with another Transformers review. And today, I'll be reviewing a Studio Series 86 Dinobot Sludge. Let's get into it. We'll start with his only accessory, and that's this huge blaster here. Have him fire away some Decepticons. And we'll put that aside and focus on his detail, because it is amazing. I mean, just look at him. It's everything. The face, the chest, this Autobot symbol, his arms, his legs. Spin around for a 360 here. These panels, this dino head and neck. Every Studio Series I've reviewed up to this point has had some type of compromise with the appearance, but I'm not seeing that at all here. This is exactly what it looked like in the G1 animated series. And I had the original Sludge toy when I was a kid, and I do hope to pick one up again for a future review at some point. But this blows that out of the water. And he's also much bigger than the Studio Series I've reviewed up to this point. For a comparison there, let's get Starscream out here. Yeah, sorry Starscream, but you do not measure up, buddy. All right, let's get into his articulation. So you have a little exorcist action with the head here, and make him nod up and down. I would say 360 with the shoulders, but the panels block that. But still, almost full range of motion. His elbows, bend them up and down, twist them around, twist his wrist around. The only thing he can't do is open and close his fist. That's set in place. But full range of motion with his legs. Bend his knees, and even bend his ankles a little. Yep, definitely pretty badass in bot mode. But just how does he measure up in dino mode? Let's transform him and find out. Start by bringing up his arm, and on his forearm, unclip it out of place, and raise it up as far as it goes, just like that. And then twist it around, and then twist his hand around, and tuck his hand away. And same with the other arm. So forearm up, twist it around, twist the hand around, and tuck it away. Next, raise up this dino head and the legs so that they're out of your way, and then twist the waist around. And then we can work on his legs. So move the tail pieces to the side, bring down his feet, raise up the shin panels, and the panels inside of them, and move them to the side. And now he's all spider-legged. So this next part might make you feel like it's diving for pie a little bit, but just take it one step at a time and make sure everything clips into place. So rotate his leg back. And then we're going to bend his knee in. And then move the leg back a few clicks. And then we're going to drop everything into place. And when all is said and done, we want this foot to be parallel with this dino leg. Okay, looking good. Moving on to the next leg. So rotate the leg back, bend his knee in, and then bring the leg back a few clicks, and then we drop everything into place. There we go. Okay, looking good. Now I can clip the legs together, and then clip the tail pieces together. Some of this might loosen up or come undone as we get further in transformation. If it does, just fix it. And then the chest plate, we're going to lower that down and tuck his robot head in. And then the chest plate here, we're going to spin it around. Whoop. Again, if it comes undone, just fix it. And then we're going to drop that into place, right into this gap here. There we go. And then just make sure it clips into place. Got the little notches here, so 1. And 2. Okay, looking good. So next, these panels. Gonna wrap them around here so that they're out of our way. And then we can rotate out his front dino legs and feet. So just swing them out and clip them into place. 1 and 2. Okay. And then next, raise up the dino head and clip that into place. Just like that. And then we move these panels into position and clip them together. Okay, looking good and almost done. Move these panels up, and then we can set him down. Move this camera down, and then the last step. Clip these two panels together, and then drop it into place right on his back. There we go. And then just tighten up and adjust whatever you need to. Okay. And there we have Sludge in full dino mode. All right. And yeah, all that detail that he has a robot, it is just as good as a dinosaur. Again, just look at him. It really is everything. So his tail, his back, again, these panels, his legs and feet, his neck, his head. Yeah, this is exactly what he looked like in the G1 animated series. The only compromise, if you even want to call it that, is his underside here, just because you have this gap where the legs rotate in. And unlike other Transformers who have articulation as a robot, but then once they get into vehicle mode, well, all they can really do is roll back and forth. Well, he has articulation as both a robot and a dinosaur. So he can move his dino head up and down, while also trying to keep that headpiece in place. Move the top of his neck around, make him nod up and down, open and close his mouth, and he even has a little piece inside the mouth there, just like he had in the animated series, that makes him breathe fire and melt some Decepticons. Move the dino legs and feet around, even twist his little dino ankles. Yeah, I just cannot get over this detail. I hope the other Dinobots are this awesome. They were always my favorite as a kid. I have Slag, aka Slug, on pre-order. I'm hoping to get my hands on a Snarl soon. I hope they release Swoop soonish. And I really hope that they re-release Grimlock. If not, I have the Robertson Grimlock on the way. But anyway, let's go ahead and transform him back. So start by bringing up this panel. And then unclip these panels. Wrap them around so that they're out of your way. Rotate it in the feet. And then move these panels back into place. And then unclip the dino head. And bring the robot head back out. And then raise this camera up again. Bring back up his chest plate. Spin that back around. And then clip it back into place. Next, move these panels to the side. Move the tail pieces to the side. And rotate his legs back out. Go ahead and separate them. Straighten them out. And now we'll fix the spider leg situation. So go ahead and rotate these panels back in. And then drop them back into place and give him back his shin. And same with the other side. And then bring the feet back up. Bring the tail pieces back up. Spin the waist back around. Set them down here. Bring back down the dino legs and feet. Bring down the head and tuck that away. And then his arms. So spin them back around, straighten them out, bring the hand back out, and twist it around. And same with the other one. Spin it back around, straighten it out, bring the hand back out, there we go, twist it around. And back to a bot. I swear, just when I think the Studio Series can amaze me even more, it just continues to blow me away. I have more on the way, and I can't wait to review them all, especially more Dinobots. But that'll about wrap it up for this video. Join me again for the next one. Until then, take care, Transformers fans.